This is just going to be an update on my Rm80 xr100 conversion. I got the engine for it. I believe it's a 1988 model, because if you add 31 to the first two digits of the model number, that should give you the year of the engine. The engine itself should run if it didn't have electronic, if like the electrical stuff wasn't bad. And I'm converting it from points, or I'm going to try to convert it from points over to the newer style. But it was, I believe, a running engine. I got it for $150 off Craigslist. I'm going to get the valve cover off, show you the valves and stuff. The valves are in spec from when I got it. And the timing chain was tight and stuff. It was a little bit loose, but it's what it should be, basically. And yeah, I had good oil when I got it. I drained the oil out to check, see if there are any metal chips in the oil. Came with that intake boot, and I took the flywheel off, and there's the points. Came with that gear on it too. This engine, without doing any modifications to the engine or to the frame, other than cutting off the two motor mounts and cutting this pipe out, because there's a pipe, that pipe right there that went where the frame is. The engine will fit without any other modifications. Now the problem is, if you look where the chain is supposed to go, it doesn't line up, because the engine sort of drops in between these frame rails. Doesn't quite line up. So I'm taking and I'm gonna put a jack between here and here, and heat this up with a torch, because this pipe on this side needs bent over, because the gear is too far over that way. And I'm gonna take, and to get this engine to line up a little bit better, I'm gonna cut that engine mount off. The very bottom engine mount, I'm going to cut off. And then it should fit pretty well in there. I'm going to weld, or I'm not going to weld any motor mounts to this part of the frame. And for this part of the frame where I cut out that pipe, I was planning on just bolting another pipe on, like welding on two pieces right here, where I can just bolt a pipe that would go over the valve cover. Now if I needed to check the valve clearances, I could take off the pipe and take off the valve cover and stuff. And that's basically it. To get these mounts off, I just use a hacksaw, and to grind them down I used that. And I used a file. And then the mount that used to go here, I thought I had it sitting over here, but there was just a little mount that went right there. It was just came off the frame, and I'm not sure where it went. Another thing I forgot to mention about the engine is when I got it, there's a little chip in it. Thinking about filling that in with JB weld. Don't think it's worth MIG welding it. I think JB weld would be plenty strong enough. And I'm not sure if when I bend this frame out, if it will go up a little bit. Because I'd like to take, and if you can see where it goes straight and it sort of bends, I'd like to have it go straighter. Like, I'd like to get less of this bend right here. And I would like to bend it right here too. Right from this bend to that bend. In that area and in that area. So that area and that area I'd like to bend. In that area and that area. And I'd like to weld in this piece. Or I'd like to do what I've already said. For the exhaust, I'd like to take and get two of the factory silencers and run one on either side, because I think that's big enough where if I ran one on either side, that would work pretty well. And for the pipe that comes from the engine, I have a Wr250 pipe that I think I might use. I think it's the right bend and stuff. I'd have to bend it a little, but for the most part, I think it bends around the engine the right way and stuff. Not sure where I put that Wr pipe, but somewhere around here. And then, I've already showed this in the last video, but here's the stuff I got with it. And then the Suzuki electronics. I'd like to get rid of. I don't think this engine mount's going to be useful. I don't know where it went. I don't even know if it's an engine mount. But it came with the Suzuki. So it has to do something on it. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Yeah, it doesn't seem to fit anywhere. So this might not be for it. Maybe that's off the 125 over there. Not really sure. Here's the gas tank. For the gas tank, I'm going to have to, whenever I make that new pipe, I'm going to have to put a mount on it. Because the gas tank mounted right on this pipe. With that little mount right there to that pipe. And I'd like to just weld that top pipe in. But I saw somebody else who did that, and the pipe was like right above the valve cover. And they wouldn't be able to check the valve clearances whenever it came time to check them. And then here's the flywheel. The reason it went bad is it got rust, or it got water in it, and then it rusted. And to do the conversion, I'm going to need a new stator plate, or based off the internet. I need a new stator plate, and a new stator, and a new flywheel, and a new CDI, and a new rev box. And then I should be able to wire the rest of the stuff up. The kill switch and stuff. I'm not going to wire a key, I don't think, into this one. So that's going to be all for this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe.